Okay, so first of all, you're going to need to download a compiler online called dev C++ so that you can actually write and run your program. Now to start writing your program for printing words onto a screen, you're going to need some headers. And you can type these out like this, and you're going to need stdio.h and stdlib.h for this program. And what these are doing is allowing us to use a list of functions in our program. You don't want to have to go through a bunch of steps just to get something onto the screen. And luckily someone has already written all that code for you, and they are included in the header files. So when you say pound include, it means you'll be using the library of commands that are in those files. And we'll only need one function from stdio called printf, and one function from stdlib called system. And right after you're done writing the necessary headers, you'll need to put this in. And this is necessary in order to start the program and make it work. Main is basically just the name of the main part of your program, and int is saying that the following function can return a value. And after you type this, you can start your actual program by entering an open brace. And after this, you'll use the printf function to print your words onto the screen by formatting like this, and putting whatever you want in between the quotations, and then putting a \n at the end to make it go to the next line of the compiler. And after every statement in the actual program, you'll need to enter a semicolon at the end of it, or else an error will show. And a printf is basically all you need for the body of your program. And after this, you can enter your system function with pause in quotations like that. And what this does is it makes the compiler pause when it runs. And without this statement, the compiler would open and then automatically close without giving us a chance to look at it. Then after your system pause, you'll need to put return 0 in order to exit the program. And this is basically telling C that, okay, the program was successful, and returns a 0 up to int. And then you can end your program with the closing brace and then run it, and it should come up with that. And since we know how to print things onto a screen using printf, now we can get into variables. And there are several types of variables you can use, and here is a chart for them. And what we're going to use is the double variable for our variable, and our variable is going to be named num. And you can either initialize this to start off with a number already set into the variable by putting equal sign and then the desired number, or you can just leave it alone and have the user input a number for their variable in the program. We're going to initialize it to 5,000 in order to make it easier. After you set your variable, you can now do a variety of things to it since it's a number, and what is commonly done to them is that they're put into equation, and I put an equation right here. So using a / for division, we can put num equals num divided by 10 plus 5. Make sure that you put this part in parentheses so the program knows to do it first. And this will make your new value of num equal the regular value of num divided by 10, then plus 5. And then after you set this equation, you can then print out the answer. You do this by creating a printf, and then in this printf, you're going to need a %lf, because that was a variable call for a double. And there's a bunch of different variable calls for different variables. And the % is just to indicate that you're calling back a certain variable and not just printing out the letters lf. And after you put in the indication for the variable, you'll need to close the quotations and then put a comma and then put the name of the variable. This is to be sure that you're printing the correct double variable in case there were more than one of them. And then after this, you can put what you put in the last program and then end it, and then you can run it, and it should come up with the answer to the equation 505.
Eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Oh.